What's going on, Chattanooga? It's your girl, Sign Up K here, and I have the wonderful, the one and only, the legend, Becca Love here.
Oh. Look at that introduction. Well, thank you. Hey.
How are you doing today?
I am so wonderfully blessed to be in the presence of you and just being able to be here. So,
amen.
Yes,
I love
I'm
that.
good.
Look, just that response makes me happy, but I'm very much happy to hear about what you got going on.
Yes.
So if you guys don't know, she's with SEED Chattanooga, okay, and they have a wonderful event coming up. But before we get into that, tell me more about the organization. What's SEED about?
What is SEED? So SEED is an acronym. So it stands for Sustainable Education, Edible Development. So what we do is go into underserved communities that might be in like a food desert, food insecurities, and we help them in that community thrive a little bit better with like helping with produce, fresh produce. So we teach how to plant, when to plant, how to harvest what you just planted, how to cook what you just harvested, food preservation, and then also like the component of composting. So we get all of those things. Of course, it does not happen overnight.
Yeah.
It happens over a course. But yeah, so SEED stands for just that, SEED Chattanooga, planting seeds around the community.
Now, speaking of planning, she wants y'all to grab your gloves and your green thumbs because over at Hardy Elementary, coming up in a few weeks, they have a event.
Yeah,
you guys have a community garden.
We do. So Hardy has 6 raised beds in the back, which are beautifully like constructed. So last year I actually helped them like deconstruct them, and then one of the teachers actually rebuilt the beds. And they were given like a couple of donations here and there with either from wood or actual monetary donations. And so, but the year has gone by and it's kind of neglected. So I'm like, hey, let's put on some gloves. Let's go out here, talk to the principal over there. He's super excited about, having some people come over and like revitalizing that garden.
Yes. Now, when did this? You guys are having this garden cleanup day in a sense. So
Yes.
what is going to go into that, and tell the people why they need to come out and participate?
Absolutely. So it's in the zip code of 37406. Not only are you given an opportunity for the students that, thrive in that particular school, but that community in itself. My grandmother lived around the corner, like 2 streets over. So it's very dear to me. But, Glass Street is really like up and coming right now. But let's really show these kids, like, let's give them something beautiful to look at, but also teach them how we can actually come together. We can plant some amazing seeds and, do something different.
Yes. Now, how will you explain to me, how does the hands-on gardening experience, how will that teach kids any type of lessons or experiences about community or coming together, or even just simply working together?
Oh, absolutely. So, you actually get to come out, and so what we have to do is we're going to have to like pull the weeds that are like they have grown over. So like they're fully full of just like overgrown. These raised beds are just overgrown, and so the kids are able to come out to follow instructions, put their hands in some dirt, become one with earth, and really just like get in there and figure out like, we have the actual plant. So we're going to be planting like broccoli, cauliflower, and a couple herbs, which will sustain through the winter months, because when that hard freeze comes, sometimes the crops don't last.
Yes.
Whatever you plant, but they get to learn to what it means to like till the soil and turn it over and make it more nutritious for like the plants to actually grow. Once that seed is dropped, we can actually grow some roots, and then they get to see the their labor that they put in, because in the spring is when all these things will actually start to harvest.
Yes. Now, with that, do you garden in your own personal time?
Absolutely not. But no. But I actually so my mother, she's a master gardener. And my grandmother had a garden in her backyard years ago. And so I'm not a stranger to gardening. But with my schedule, I just don't have the time. But I definitely, but because I do this now, I have different gardens that I tend to, but not my own personal garden, which I hate because now I did have a tomato plant, but I don't know if you consider that gardening or not.
A plant is a plant.
A plant is a plant. That is true.
And how did that turn out?
It actually. I got so many tomatoes. I had so many tomatoes.
Really?
Oh my goodness! It's like I'm like, can I make tomato pie? Like I'm just trying to figure out different ways. I'm like, okay, cucumber and tomato salad. But yeah, or I just give them away. So, but it was like a little small tomato plant, but it actually produced. It was really, it did well this season.
That's good. Yeah. Now, of course, along the way, there can be many gardening oops, and I'm sure the children will be able to experience that, but also learn how to move past and just have this wonderful whole experience of being a gardener and trying something different in the area. Different. It's not a sport. It's not something else that is, just popularized, but it's different. Yeah. And you can develop new skills. So I like that.
Develop new skills and also learn how to eat a little healthier. So one of the things, it wasn't my word, but his name is Christopher. Christopher, he works with Hamilton County Health Department. Yes. And he was telling me, he's like, more kids will be more prone to eat asparagus if they plant asparagus, because the thing is they went from the seed to the plant to the harvest to the cooking. So, and it's something that they created. So the wonderful thing about planting and about plants and growing a garden, you actually get to see the fruits of your labor. It won't. It's in real time. It's not microwave. You can't get it in 2-3 minutes. Yeah. But you have to plant it, watch it grow, nurture it, water it, and just tend to it. And it's almost like having a kid. Yes. I mean, some of them don't do well and some do great. But honestly, it's just a matter of just really paying attention to it. Yeah. But it gives an opportunity for kids to learn where things come from. Because I asked this one student, this was a couple years ago, and it was just out of casual. I was like, what do you think ketchup comes from? He's like, the packet. And I said, well, do you know what fruit or vegetable that comes from? And he was like, no, they make it in a machine. And so it's that disconnect. So being able to bridge kids together with nature and teaching them early and even young adults, because it's something about the one thing they can't do in the classroom is throw things, play in certain things, but you're outside, you're breathing in air.
This is true.
Yeah, you're in nature. It's amazing.
This is true. This is nice. Yeah. So we have the Community Garden Cleanup Day for the kids and the adults. Yes. How does one get involved? Do they just show up? Do we need registration?
Absolutely.
How does this happen?
So, all three, actually. So if you go to our website, which is just SEED Chat, and that's with 2T's.org, there's a link on there. But you can also go to, the Sign Up Genius. It's also on our Facebook and Instagram page, which is also SEED Chat with 2T's.org. So we tried to make sure we streamline it. So if you try to find us, you just put in SEED Chat, it'll pull up. But you can just show up. We're only going to be there from 9 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. The more hands we have, the quicker we can get out of there. And the barn nursery has been so generous in buying plants. So we have a lot of things that we'll be able to plant that were donated. So, no one is really coming out of pocket to do anything. We just need people and bodies to show up and really give some love to this garden that already exists. We just want to show some love to it. But anyone can come. If you're a student and you need service hours, you definitely can get your service hours that way, because it is considered a service job. Yes. And you show your time. We'll sign your sheet if whatever you have to, whatever process that you need to get those service hours, we'll sign off on it.
Okay. Hey, a little bit of something for everybody, but most importantly, a way to be unified, have some fun, and learn a new skill. So, Community Garden Cleanup Day, November 22nd at Hardy Elementary with SEED Chattanooga, y'all. Don't miss it. We'll have this information also on our website and social medias. That's power94.com, and we'll have the other information for you. And to keep up with SEED, tell us once again that website.
Yes, it is www.seedchat.org, and that's SEEDCHATT.org.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I hope to see y'all on Saturday.
I'm going to be out there. I'm ready to get dirty.
Let's do it.
Ready to get dirty. All right. Hey, you guys, I'll get up with you later. It's your girl, Adam K here with Brewer Media Group. Have a wonderful day.